Hey guys, so good evening. I'm off work. You seen I put in my video earlier that it's about to go down. So today, well, this evening, I am indoors getting ready to do some sewing in my eco-friendly um, seeding pods. So what I do with these guys, I'm going to plant everything that I plant in here in these pods are going directly into their new home, whether it's a grow bag or a raised bed. I don't have to take anything out or do anything. That's why I like these starting out for seedlings. This is one way I do my my planting of my seeds. This is just one way that I do. We'll get with the other one sometime, probably at the end of the month. But this is one way I do it, and I do have these, like I said, eco-friendly, I guess like a cardboard type containers. So I'm gonna start with that. So I got a little soil over here. This is just regular organic soil. So I don't do anything. I don't add anything to it until I get ready to transplant it. Then I'll put compost and fertilizer in it then. That's how I generally do this. So yeah, this is soil. It got all kind of little branches and stuff in it, but I'll pick them out if they're too big. I was gonna kind of just do all this beforehand, but I want you guys, maybe the newbies that's just starting out. Let me start by saying too, I didn't say that, but I thought most of you do know, I am Rayvonda. I am the Down South Gardener. Down South because I am in Zone 8A, North Carolina. So I am been gardening for a year, since last December. So a year and a month now I've been gardening. I started it last year, and I've been growing and learning so much. So I'm glad to have the opportunity tonight. Maybe someone don't know how to start their garden or what they want to do. Also, if you have any comments, questions, please guys keep your negativity out of here. I'm not in here. I'm not a professional. I'm gonna say that as well. But I've been doing what I do in my garden for a year, and if you see my pictures and videos, that it works for me. So if you have any other ways, I don't mind you sharing and discussing, but I don't want any negative energy in my videos or my messages. Please keep that to yourself, and don't look if you don't want to see kind of what I'm doing. We all have different ways. We're all in different zones. I like to put that disclaimer out because a lot of people like to say, well, you can't do this and you can't do that. You may can't do it based off where you're located. So you have to know what your grow zone before you can start telling a person what they can do. And I'm saying that because I had a lady year before last, because I do outside, of course, I'm a gardener, so I have a patio garden and I grow in grow bags as well. And she said, well, I'm not a professional, but I know that you shouldn't be planting that outside on that concrete. I said, well, I appreciate you, and you're not a professional, but since you told me that, I know you're not a professional, so thank you for sharing. But however, I have been researching, and as you can see, the proof was in the pudding. If you look at my page, she won't be able to see it, but because of her comments and her attitude about it, considering she said she wasn't a professional. I'm not a professional either, but I have results that show that I can grow any and anything I want to in my grow bag. And I'm a little bit of a risk taker, so I'm going to try it and see. Because if you don't try it, you don't know. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I enjoyed this. I enjoy planting and gardening. It has been great for me this past year. I don't have anything out there now. It is a flower out there that is hanging on and doing very well because I do have it covered up. But everything else, I just didn't cover it up. Why? Because I didn't want to. So we'll just start all over. It's okay. That's why I'm doing this right here. That's why I'm repotting and getting new vegetables for a start, a whole new year. Okay? Maybe next year I'll do something different, but I don't have a problem with what I did this year. Whatever can stay out there, stayed outside. I don't want to bring this stuff inside because, if you know anything about gardening, a lot of these the soil has a lot of draw bugs and things. So hopefully this is my office where I work out of every day. So I don't want to be fighting off bugs. I had to do that before. I know, like I'm saying, whatever I'm telling you, I know I'm talking about. The last year, I did have little nets flying around, but hopefully this year I won't. But, you know, that's part of gardening. So, oh, these little tools are so cute. One of my sons gave me a little indoor garden kit, and I utilize it. So, guys, okay, so let me show you what I'm going to start with. This is a new one for me. This is says it's a Jubilee. It is a orange tomato. So I'm super excited. I'm always super excited. But this is a new one for me, okay? So, and it says that I can start seeds inside about 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. My last frost here is like March, I got it written down over here. March the 13th through the 28th. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start these right here now because it takes tomatoes and a little longer to you know, sprout. All right, the seeds are sort of little. So I'm going to do 2 of each. Let me see. I don't know if you can see the seeds. Look how little the seeds are. So what I'm doing this year different. I'm only doing, let me put the little hole in it there. Not too much. Soil is very dry. It's been all outside in the shade and everywhere. But I got water for it. So now some of these seeds I should have soaked them, but I didn't. So I got that covered up. Go ahead and I'm going to do 2 of each. What does that remind you of? 2 of each is going in, okay? So I'm not going to put any more than 2. What I did last year, and that's why I learned from my mistakes last year. I'm telling you, I'm so glad I did. And if you know anything, like I know, you'll put your labels on them. I don't care if you know what they look like. You put your labels on. That way you'll know exactly what we got going on. So I'm going to stick that in there. Stick that in there. These 2 are the Jubilees. Sorry about that, guys. So I got those 2 planted. So now we have the classic beef steak. And they're the same. They say you can plant these as well 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 10 weeks on these. So we're good. So the same thing here. I'm going to grab. And I was going to just do all this, you know, kind of not do all of them. But like I said, just in case somebody is new. The seeds look the same. Okay. Try not to make sure I don't plant it too deep. I'm just using these things because it's a little easier than my fingers. I want to make sure I get them in there right and cover it up. Perfect. It don't take any time if you're not videoing. You know, you'll be done in about 5 minutes. But I want to share my knowledge. That's the reason I'm here. All right, got those 2 down. And we have their labels as well. Plop them there. And we have, now these guys right here. So I'm starting with the, oh, I got one more tomato. Okay. This is all these are heirloom. If you don't know what heirloom, I do heirloom like a lineage of a family. Like these have been around, this says since 1885. That's what I grow. Heirloom vegetables and fruits. Okay, and I get them from different companies, but all the companies I get them from are heirloom. This company was Bentley's, very good company as well. And I use Baker's Creek. Shout out to both of those guys. So this is Brandywine. Now, I did the Beef Classic last year. I did get, no, I didn't do that one. I did a smaller one. I got a couple, you can see it on my page. I had those black cherries. I think they were black cherry. And they were the small ones, like cherry tomatoes, but they were black. And everything I'm telling you can verify it on my page. See, so I'm putting out more than, and I'm gonna do 2 each, like I said, because before I did like 2 together in a pot or in a container. I'm not doing that with this type of seedlings, but I'll show you where I will be doing that at. And I'm just picking them up and putting them on here. So convenient. And just plopping it in and cover that up. Put these back because it's just easier, just in case one don't survive, which we hope they all do, but sometimes they don't. And this is the label for this as well. So that goes there. So that's all of the tomatoes. So let's go with the peppers. I'm going to start with the Tabasco pepper. I had this out there last year. I put it out in March the 17th. I remember that's when I put all of mine out last year. Well, it grew and it grew big, but I never got any peppers off of them. And that's one of my missions because I do want to have hot sauce. So it's gonna work this year. I'm declaring that. They look the same. They kind of look like the tomatoes. All right, so let's go ahead and also while I'm doing this, I can be telling you the other things I'm gonna do. So right now, as far as this week, I'm not gonna do a light or anything. I have a light that I use, a LED light that I used last year as well. And I'm not gonna use this right now, but I'll probably have to get it on next week. Also, if I might have to do one of those heat mats because some of these, and I'll show you the one that says a little temperamental. You know, you gotta treat it a certain kind of way. So I have this one. Oh, so let me tell you what I did different. If you notice, I got the date there. I put it up here because a lot of times I be on live and I be trying to tell people, oh, we're not playing. I have to pull it out. So another thing I learned, I'm telling you, just you learn. I mean, this is like a learning process each time for me. Okay, and jalapenos, hey, I did it up with these last year. These were awesome for me last year. No problem at all. It was huge. I got a lot of jalapenos. I made some jalapeno, I had the peppers. I call them spicy bites. They were so good and spicy. So I got a lot of plans for these peppers. I love jalapenos. I eat them with, most of the times I just put them beside whatever I'm eating. Especially my tuna. I like it about my tuna. Pickles and jalapenos. Okay, because I like them. The spicy. Especially when I know I planted them and I made them. They come from my garden, the down south garden. It's very special to me. So, I got to do one more little thing over here. Soil. I did bring the bag in here. Where is, oh, it's about empty. Let me show you. This is what I've been using. Stay Grow. Yeah, I've been using this since I started. I haven't had any problems with it. So, I try to just, if it works, it works. I don't have to do any whole lot of changing or modifying, but I am planning on trying some different stuff this year, you know, some different things, you know, to help outside in the garden. But for now, this works for me. I started out with this. I have not had any problems with it. My fruits and vegetables were all used with this. I have my own compost. You see the Terminator, and I go out there and I say, feed the Terminator. If you have not, go look at it on my page. It's a compost bin. I don't want to really talk about that while I'm doing this, but it's a compost bin, and that's part of my transplanting process. And, yep. So when they become transplanted, oh, I'm making a mess now. When I need to transplant them, I will use some of my compost, which I've been doing that as well since last year. I'm kind of making a mess, but let's see, they got all these, which is fine, like sticks and everything, but I don't really want them in here for my seedlings. I don't mind when they get bigger because it looks like mulch and wood and stuff just down in there, which is typical. You got to be careful because you can find a whole lot of other stuff in this soil. So be careful when you're using soil And I will say this because somebody had made a show, that video that I watched on YouTube, and that person had got some soil and started planting everything in it and realized that it was infested with some type of bug or whatever. So that wasn't good at all. So FYI, my bag is pretty much at the bottom now. That's why I'm getting all this. See how it's kind of got a lot of products in it. That's okay when it's outside already, but I'm just trying to pick around and just get the good soil. So yeah, just be mindful. If you can, look at your soil first before you go planting things in their permanent home. Like I looked at the bottom of this, I can see nothing was in there because it's so dry. Nothing want to live in there anyway. It's so dry. So yeah, that's another tip I want to give you as well. Anything I can tell you to avoid some trauma and trouble for you, I will definitely do that. Okay, I am not a gatekeeper. Yeah. So this is her. This is her. This is she. This is the Sugar Rush pepper. I wanted this so bad last year, guys, but she did not produce. I tried to do it on the indoor pod, the indoor pod. I got a hypo garden center here with this water and light in here. What is it called? Lyco. Yeah, hydropod. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry for the first word. Hydropod. That's what it is. Hydro. So that's I'm gonna use that in about 2 weeks. So it said some of these seeds will tell you that you can't just grow them anywhere. And she said that she was very temperamental. So I have to make sure I can kind of plant her. And so with that hydro garden, it'll tell you that some plants and vegetables won't grow in there. I tried in the hydropod and I tried in these cups here last year. So we're gonna see, guys. I think I'm gonna have to probably get a heat mat because, like I say, she is real bougie. And it says exciting new heirloom bread by hot pepper prodigy Chris Fowler. That's the guy that established this one, of Wales. Long peach color fruits are packed with loads of super sweet tropical flavored, and seeds bring a smoky complex heat. So that's gonna be good. And you know what I want to do with this? I want to make salsa with this. That's my whole thing. You see how they look? In that peach. It looks kind of orange there. When I say I'm excited, I'm excited about these, y'all. So y'all, let's speak it into existence that these gonna grow, okay? Let's speak it into existence on January the 1st that these Sugar Rush peach is gonna grow, okay? I didn't put the jalapeno in there because I want these bad. I am serious. So let's go ahead and, yeah, this is the last one. I want you, girl. I want you. And she's even kind of yellow, too. Yes. This is so helpful. Yeah, I want this. I want to make salsa out of it. I want to bite them peppers with my tuna fish. See, I don't like all that. Yeah, because she ain't going. She one of them ones that you got to walk with her with an umbrella. You know them kind, you know? She that kind. Real classy type. She ain't going to just settle for any type of soil or anything like that. So I got to treat her special. And don't y'all get offended by it, okay? I'm talking to them other peppers. I want them to grow too. I want all y'all to grow and flourish and be good to me like they were last year. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm sorry I had a conversation with them. But that's it, guys. So now it is watering time. Y'all see my little down south gardener. All right, let me see. I'm nervous. Okay. Going out too fast. Try not to get the seeds coming up. That's why I was slow down. Now I might should have put those things in last. I don't want the seeds to come up. So I'm giving it a real good water this first time. And of course, you guys know that you all will be getting updates as things happen and change in here. Yeah, this soil was extremely dry. So I don't mind it getting full all to the top because it was extremely dry. Well, that's it, guys. So everything is planted. I'm super excited. You know, I'd be excited. I don't see any seeds raising up out. That dirt is so dry, it's not even soaking through like it should, but it will. So, guys, you enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to kind of clean up here and stay tuned to see the progress when it happens. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'll show you a peek whenever I see everything sprouting. Okay, guys? Have a great night. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and let me know in the message, okay? Have a good day. Down South Gardener signing off.